All right, we have the breaking bats now. Albert Dweck is going to join us since Jacob Cassin didn't make it, and we also have Morty who plays for the breaking bats. So we actually do have a representative.
Yes. If you guys want, I'll just kind of I'll preference or whatever preface or whatever it is, and then you guys can rip it apart all you want.
Sure. Yeah, go right ahead. I'm going to put
I'm speaking on behalf of the captain, Jacob Cassin. So, anything I say is even more so subject to change than normal in these videos. These are just like my best guesses. And so, yeah, obviously I'll start on, I like to start on, I'll do the defense side first. So Jacob Cassin is going to be our pitcher. He's the captain. One thing I'll say about Jacob is he when he is throwing strikes, can be really, really great. I did see last year he gave up 41 walks or so, which is quite a bit of walks. But I think that the goal for this team and this defense is that if Cassin limits those walks and makes people put the ball in play, this infield is so nasty. I know you guys may not know Eddie Manesh. I know him. He's really good. He could be playing shortstop for any other team in this league.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really good.
I was going to tell you, Morty, just jumping in here also, just to lend some credibility to what you're saying. Also, for Jacob Cassin, with the walks, you also have to, we have to talk about the caveat of the team that he was on last year. He was forced, his team was not great. He was horrible. It was a horrible team. So he was forced to I think he was also trying to do too much, which led to those walks. And I think with your defense behind him, I think he'll temper it. I think he'll have that in order this season.
I think you're actually even more right about that because of the amount of extra at-bats he had to pitch just because of how many errors were being made behind him. In a normal game, he should have been getting 3 outs. Instead, he was getting 6.
Agreed.
So I think that those walk numbers are definitely inflated. And it really, again, if guys are putting the ball in play, especially to this infield, I'm expecting a lot of outs. Nathan Cohen, I've played against that short center. He's definitely can do it at a pretty high level. Jack Izar and Ike Sutton, I don't really remember. I played with Ike last year, but Jack Izar only played once so far in my softball career, and I don't remember everybody super well, but when we took him draft night, we got a lot of, nice picks. So kind of makes me a little bit excited about that. And then obviously Eli Levy, we know he's a masher and he'll be fine at first base.
Yeah.
Into the outfield, Tauby, guy's a beast. All right, I no Taub slander in this chat. The guy's so good.
I was gonna say I gave him enough material last year. Nothing to say anymore about Taub. I think he was on my case the entire year about it too, and he backed it up. He played well last year. He hit. Great. His defense, we know his gloves there, but last year he brought the bat to the table, which is his first year really, stepping up at the plate, and he hit well. I think he hit over 400, I think, last year.
Last year, he had 3 or 4 diving catches, web gems all over the place.
Taub definitely last season raised the level, and I don't know if it was because I said anything, so I'm just going to say he played really well, and it's a good addition there.
So from what I've never played with Marvin, truthfully, all I really know about him other than seeing one video is eyewitness accounts on Marvin. I'm hearing he's really good. I'm hearing he profiles well because of his bat, but I'm hearing he'll be fine in center field, especially in our league where you don't really have to be like a superstar. You don't need to be assassin. So I'm sure he'll be fine. He knows how to use a glove. He knows how to track balls.
Yeah, I'm in center field. That's fine.
And he'll be fine. And then Freddie, who I also know will probably do more than fine in right field. And overall, I like the infield is obviously the strength, but the outfield really isn't that far behind. So I think that on our defense, I'm really happy with it. And I did something, or I should say Jacob Cassin really did a good job putting together a better lineup than I typically kind of do on Morty teams.
Yeah, Morty teams usually like a lot more defense.
Right. So in this lineup, we've got a guy who hit 400, a guy who hit 500, a guy who I expect to hit 500, a guy who hit 500, a guy who I expect to hit 500. Like the lineup, it's deep. And I know that Marvin and Eli can provide real gap. Like, you really got to protect your gaps when Marvin and Eli come up. Me and Cassin will do, I'm sure, a fine job setting the table. I think I led the league in doubles and runs scored last year. So I won't worry about getting on base for these guys. It's just if Marvin and Eli can just do their thing, 1 through 5, 6, 7, 8, like these guys all know how to swing. Like they're gonna be fine. I know Moshe Katash is in the cage every single day.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to see some improvement based on his batting average last year to this year. So really this lineup is really deep. And then you have Taub flipping it back over to the top, which in terms of 10 hitters, you could do a lot worse. So I like this team. I'm personally really excited to play with it. And now feel free to just rip it into shreds. It's all good.
Joe, if you don't mind if I start it up, because I don't know how long I have. I want to second some things. I want to say that run through your lineup first. Actually, I'll take it just the players in general. For me, I definitely think you're a playoff caliber team. I feel like there are question marks that I think you know the answers to more than I do, and I just want to see how it plays out. In that I don't know how a guy like Marvin plays. I don't know how Eddie Manish plays. So given that, like, I think those two guys are really pivotal on the team, you're going to go as far as I think they take you. But I think you're confident. So if they back up to the play of like your confidence, or if they even approach that, then I think your team will go far. And because Jacob, I remember last year was a solid hitter. I think as a pitcher, he wasn't, even though his walks numbers were high. I remember when I played him, the ball were coming in straight, and he was hitting the zone. So it wasn't really like, I think it's more like you were saying about just the amount of actual batters he had to face versus control issues. And I think he could hit you with deceptive speed. This is what I told my guys when I was playing them. He has control, but if he needs to, he could rack it up a little bit and really try to get one by you. So you still have to be a little bit defensive. So he's a solid, steady pitcher. I think you at shortstop is a Gold Glove back at your natural position, which really locks down that side of the field. And then Eddie, I never saw him play, but you're telling me that he could be a starting shortstop anywhere else. So to have that at third base is a luxury for any pitcher. I think it really just depends if he can back that up, and right, and you're confident. And then in terms of also having Ellie Levy, I was also going to say he played third base for Joey Zacal in the World Series last year, and he made a lot of plays. Like, I was surprised with how well he fielded the position, being that was the first time I saw him there last year. Because I think when I saw him the first time, he was playing first base, and then in the World Series, he was playing third base, and he has an arm. Like, he was able to throw the ball really, really well. And his bat, we were playing him so deep in the World Series. He really, really hit the ball very well. So at 4, it's great. I don't know Marvin, so I don't know. You took him really high. So he needs to justify that where you took him, because there were a lot of guys still there, a lot of players there, and you were confident, so you went after him, which, like, I respect it. You went and got your guy, but now he has to, he's a rookie, and he's got to back it up, because center field batting 3, it's not like you can hide him, right? It's you're throwing him right out there. And the other thing is that just looking at your team, there's no one else I think that can play. I don't think Tao's a center fielder, and Freddie's not a center fielder. So you need him to come through, because then it could be. I think you need him. I think you need him out there.
I think that there are definitely Marvin safety nets here. I think that he's nestled into a really long, deep lineup.
Yeah.
And I think that...
No, definitely. I think your lineup's great. I think having Eddie, listen, also number 5. I had Freddie last year at 6, and he was a rookie for me last year. I love playing with him. He's a great, great kid. Solid glove. He ended up starting the year in center. Then I moved him over to, I think he played left and right for me. And then back again in the World Series, Aldi got injured and he slotted back in center field. So again, also if you need to, he can slot over there. And his bat, it took him time to adjust to the league, but then at the end he was ripping the ball. So I think once he got his confidence, once he got his legs under him in the league, he was hitting really well. So also at 6, he could play for you. And Nathan Cohen, we all know Nathan Cohen, and he's been around a while. He could play for you too. I would even consider, like, if you had to, I would let Nathan play first. Ellie could also play that infield, maybe even better than Nathan. So I would even think maybe swapping them, because Ellie in the infield I was very impressed.
I was gonna say before that even on the flip side of the ball, there's even more safety net for Marvin than you think.
Yeah,
'Cause worst case, I could just go to the outfield. I have
right.
another shortstop. I have another third baseman. I have two
Yeah,
more first basemen.
yeah. So
So
you could definitely do that. For me, it's more like the only hole I see on your team is the last, and I know Taub's gonna get on me, but it's your last three, really your last three spots. But not even because of Taub. Not even because of Taub. I think Taub can hit. It's more or less like, is Taub going to be getting on with? It's going to be 2 outs, and Taub's up, and like even if he turns over the lineup, it's tough to turn over a lineup to get to one with 2 outs. So, um, Jack Azar, amazing kid. I wanted him on my team. I've been trying to trade for him. I don't know how he plays. I hope he plays well for you. And then Moshe Katash has got to step it up. I'll put it on the video. I think he could. He's gotta, and I'm probably gonna get a text from him, but he's got to step it up this year. So I'd love to see it. But it could be that that bottom of your lineup could present some challenges. But I know it's not the typical Morty team where last year you have your heavy hitters, and then let's just get through the bottom and we'll go to the next. So I think you roster constructed. I think you took that lesson from last year really well, and adapted. And I still think you have that defense that you're known for. So again, I see this team as, when I was looking at the league, as being one of the top teams in the league. And I think you're always up there when it's a team that you're running. But I think it's a really good team.
I'm not running this team, but I
But
will
still, a
be.
team that you're running in tandem with Jacob. So
Yeah,
I think
I'll be
it's when
helping
he
with
took
these
you
help.
3 overall, right? You guys were doing the draft together. But still, and I think it's shaped in both of you guys' image that maybe he also wanted a little bit more bats, and it presents itself in the lineup. And excited to play you guys. You guys have a good team. You guys do.
I was gonna say your biggest critique was 8, 9, 10 in my lineup. That's a take.
Yeah, 100%. And you're saying, like, that's like a rough take, or it's just if that
Oh,
to that to
it's
be the
great.
only
It's
right.
right. I'm saying it's great.
Yeah, and that's really my only critique. I think your field is fantastic. I think you're up there as one of the best defensive teams in the league. If Eddie can, man third base, which sounds like you're saying he can. So if he can, then I don't see a hole really. I think your outfield is strong. Talbot and Greenberg, I played with both of them. Like, you have three true outfielders. I know there's a lot of teams that only have two. So you have three true outfielders, which is a strength right now. So, and the fact that your infield didn't take a hit because of it is a plus. And you have a plus pitcher. I like it. Let me give it a score, Joe, because I have to run.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I'm rating you higher on defense than I do offense, just because where I think your 8, 9, 10 is. So I think I'm going to give you 7.2 out of 10 on offense.
Offense, 7.2. Okay.
Yeah, 7.2 out of 10. Just also because of the unknown. It could be an 8 if I knew what Marvin and Eddie were. I don't. So I have to give you I had to give you a 0.8 deduction there.
No problem.
And then defense and pitching, I think you're really strong. I think it's an 8.6 for me. I definitely think it's an 8.6. I think it's really strong. I think you have one or two possible positional holes. But I'm not calling anybody out here. I've already made enough enemies on these videos. But I definitely think they're very easily addressed, and I think you guys are really strong. I think Jacob's great. I think you are a Gold Glove. So I'm also saying it's from not giving you 10 out of 10. I think you guys are going to have a good season. I really do. It's going to be a fun game when we play you guys.
Looking forward.
What's your take on my scores there, Morty?
I think they're fine. I'm not gonna grade my own team. I think my team's a 10 out of 10.
Listen,
Yeah, you confident in it?
Listen, man, these are my boys. I'm backing them.
okay, I love it. I love the confidence, and I have to say, I think the same about mine also before I sign off.
Same here. Same here.
I'm excited. I'm excited for also, before I sign off, excited for another year. to play with you guys. You guys do an amazing job, so we're very appreciative of us, the league, for what you guys do, putting on these videos, getting the guys hyped, getting us excited, getting us into the swing of things. And I think you guys always do a great job, and excited to see what you guys roll out this year.
Thank you. It means a lot. Thanks so
All
much.
right. Take care, guys.
All right. Thank you, Al.
Mm.
All right. That was very nice. All right. So quickly, I'll just give my grades of the team. I agree with a lot of what Albert said. It's a strong team. I do like the team as well. I do think they are a playoff team. I should also note I did go to a batting practice last week, like a little BP hit around with Moshe Katash and Marvin Azrak from this team. Those were the only two BKS guys that went to the batting practice. Both of them, their swings look good. I mean, Moshe was a little slower. He came out of the gate a little slower. But again, it was late February, early March, so it's still very early. Let everyone first get their swings back now, rather than when the season starts. And hopefully they'll come in strong. I mean, Katash is the biggest diehard I know in terms of softball. So if you have him in the number 9, number 10 spot, I like that a lot. Marvin looked really, really strong. Like he had a really solid swing. He looked like a real ball player. I feel like that was a justified pick. My only question is, can he play center field? I don't think center field is the same as left or right. So we'll see about that. Let me just jump into grades. I'm not going to grade this the highest defense solely because you have a rookie who never played center playing in center. Also, Eddie Manesh, I've heard tons of good things about him, but I don't know him. So I can't really grade the highest based on that, But these are two rookies that are coming in with really, really high references. And I'm really looking forward to having them. So for defense, I think I'm going to give you a flat 8 out of 10. I think it's really strong. And if Marvin Azrak can play to the height of his recommendations, to his references, it could be even stronger. You guys could be one of the toughest defenses in the league. Especially with you at short, Morty, the best shortstop in the league. Just a really good team. Also, I really love Ellie Levy. I think that's one of the most underrated players in the league. That's a 500 hitter every year. That's a 2-3-time champion, I believe. Really underrated player. Offense, I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go 7.5.
A little lower.
10? Oh, higher than Albert. But I do see this team as a playoff team. I wouldn't say they're the strongest offense nor defense, but I would say they're of the strongest in both categories, which is good. And that says a lot.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. So best of luck to you guys, and let's jump straight into the next team.
Let's do it.